empecé solamente para olvidarte, pero baby yo lo sé que voy a necesitarte.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the #1 Latino podcast in New York City, in the East Coast. Today, we're having a real special guest. We're on episode 11, which is crazy because this all started as a joke. And now we're on episode 11, and the crazier part is who we're with. My boy, SpliffHappy. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, y'all?
Thank you for pulling up, first of all.
Thank you
for pulling up.
Thank
Big Bushwick in the building.
Come on now,
right.
shout out the Wick.
Yes, sir. Thank you for pulling up, bro. It's crazy. Like when I first started the pod, when I announced it, I had I won't say who, but there's like a couple of people that were like, yo, I can get you Spliff. I'd be like, for the first couple episodes, that'd be crazy, right? Like, bro, I'll you know. And then I was like, I bet, let me know, like, you know. And then apparently they reached out to you, and I don't know if they like were making it up that they knew you or they knew,
right.
But point is that it didn't happen. And I was like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna force it. Like when it comes, it comes. When like you know, when shit starts happening, I'll just let it be, let it happen. And bro, look at that. I hit you up, you know, fucking.
Hey,
now we're here.
I'm very excited and happy to be here, bro. Like I said when I walked in, just like seeing another Latino come up and starting something new. And the initiative you took, the quality that I see, I'm just like, you know, I'm back. You know, I see Noel come up here, and usually Noel don't co-sign things unless, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Noel.
For me, shout out Ghetto Friend, shout out Noel. And yeah, once I seen that, I'm like, you know what? I like that. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I support every single thing, but I'll be watching every, you know, Latino out there that's working, even though they might not see me in the likes or a message. I'm always seeing, and you know, I'm just happy to be here, and
I appreciate that, bro. And I feel like we need that. I feel like that's one common thing I have with everyone that I invite in the pod is that everyone wants to see, which is like, I want to say it's rare, but I've actually seen more of it now that we're like, everybody's around the same age range. Like, we're like tired of like that old school mentality of like, put you down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it myself, and I don't need nobody. It's that New York young mindset.
Yeah, exactly. I've always said it, bro. People at the bottom are the ones that are competing. People at the top are the ones that are collaborating.
Exactly,
bro. Because like I heard something earlier today where it was like, people are not gonna, if people don't give you opportunities, you create your own opportunities, and that's exactly what I did with the pod. Like what I was telling you earlier, right before we started shooting, is like with the DJ stuff. Like I've been doing it for a while. I feel like this. I was chasing so many opportunities from a lot of people that weren't giving it to me, or like, you know, I was getting a lot of doors shut in my face, you know, which is, you know, it happens to everyone. I'm not gonna cry about it, but it happens to everyone, right?
Right.
But I'm like, there's a point where like I can start taking some type of control of those opportunities, and maybe not control, but like create them, you know. And what better way now that, you know, everybody's like into podcasts now, and I'm like, yo, I feel like I got what it takes to like, you know. And then I'm like, you know, I like the camera stuff. I don't like being on camera. Funny enough, I don't like being on camera. But after 10 episodes, like I
I'm
fuck with it, bro. So
you start looking at it like,
yeah,
I'm looking good right now.
Type shit. But yeah, bro. And then like, you know, thank God everyone like yourself that has been coming on the pod, bro. They've been nothing but love and nothing but, you know, help from, you know, to help each other. You know, I always say, in this day and age, bro, you never know what's gonna go crazy. Like it could be a 5-second clip from this pod. It could be a whole song, like your song blows up on YouTube out of nowhere. Like things are going crazy at a crazy pace right now. So I'm like, bro, this is the time, one, to collaborate, and two, to bring each other up, especially as Latinos, as Mexicans, more than anything, bro. Because like, you know, the oppression right now is crazy. You know, shit's going on right now, bro. If there's any moment to help each other out, I feel like it's now more than any time. So I appreciate your time, bro. Let's get into it, bro. First of all,
I ain't gonna lie. You said like a congratulations speech, and man, God bless the podcast. And
thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
I deserve a shot right there.
Yo, we're gonna get into it, bro. First of all, I know you want it done, which we got it done, but I was at the liquor store, you know, and I saw that I've always wanted to try. This is Kevin Hart's tequila, which is reposado.
Let me see.
And I've always wanted to try it. So shout out to Kevin Hart, bro. Big inspiration for me.
Shout out Kevin Hart, man.
Yeah, big inspiration.
Kevin.
Switching it up, bro, because like he went from like comedy to like shooting movies to like now creating his own.
This is a nice bottle.
Yeah, bro, it looks fire. So
I like the aesthetic already. Reposado is a good vibe too. I'm glad it's not, you know.
in the liquor store. They had it up there. I'm like, yo, what is that? And I'm like, is that what I think it is? And the guy's like, yeah, that's Kevin Hart's.
What they charging for the bottle?
I think it was like 60 or something like that.
60 for that bottle?
I didn't check exactly.
I feel like the other bottle would have been like 80.
Bro, you know what? Apple Pay, you just be paying shit. But like if Apple Pay take the
bro,
time,
gonna check his account later and be like $120.
What the fuck?
Like,
Like $1,000.
A fucking way.
Excuse me, sir. You authorized this?
You bought the limited edition bottle, actually.
You bought the signed one? Huh?
Check underneath the cap, sir. Like.
So let's do it. Let's pour it.
Yeah, let's see what's up.
What part of Mexico are you from, bro?
Well, mi familia es de Puebla.
Oh, shout out to Puebla right here. Oh, camera can't probably see, but these are Puebla shot cups.
Oh,
that's you right there.
Thank you, brother.
Let me get one for me. And this shit is icy cold.
I like
bro.
this. I like the art on this. It's tough. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know where I got these, bro, but they're fire.
Shout out.
So
man.
first taste test. Shout out Kevin Hart. If this is
Shout
bad,
out
I'm gonna
Kevin
tell you
Hart.
it's
Shout
bad.
out
If it's
Cheeto
good-
Talks. We here.
Yes, sir.
Said episode 11, right?
Episode 11. Yes,
Shout
sir.
out episode 11.
Ooh, that's smooth.
That
That's
is-
smooth.
That is smooth. And
That's pretty. Yo,
I drink, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I drink.
tell me about it, bro. I used to. I cut down a little bit more, but I used to. But let's get right. Fuck, there's ice chewing probably sucks on the mic, but let's get right into it.
Pour me some there.
Yes, sir. Oh shit. Yo, my bad if we're bartending right now, but this is live. This is real.
Come on now.
This is what it is. Which you want? You want the passion fruit or you want the?
You know what? I'm gonna go straight. Cause that
Straight?
guy, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. My boy Spliff. Let me tell you something. My boy
I got
Spliff
to, man. I got to.
switching it up and going on the health wave, right?
I have to, bro. I have
Health
to.
wave.
It's so
I
much.
like that. Fuck, my
Very
bad. I didn't
important.
get you seltzer, bro, because I should have known.
Nah, you good,
Seltzer,
brother.
but,
For next time we'll drink the seltzer.
Yeah, seltzer, yeah, bro.
It's annoying, man.
And you know what's crazy? I'm gonna be a double POS because I didn't go to the gym today. So
and he drinking the juice.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck it,
yeah, fuck it, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, one life to live.
But bro, let's get it started.
Yeah,
Tell us
let's do
about
it.
yourself. Where you come from? How was it growing up? What got you into music? Start from the beginning, bro.
Beginning. Shit, we got some time, you know.
Yes, we do.
I want to start off from the day that my roommate basically had went to PA. So I had this kid named Devin. He graduated a year earlier.
Right.
No, a year earlier, and then I graduated after. Whatever the case is, the story of that is, I said it a bunch of times. My son was he lived in the Bronx,
Right.
and he had a job in Bushwick. And, my mom was out of town. So, I said, one day I told him, yo, come sell me some weed. I want to smoke up. He pulled up. We smoked. We talked. Feel me? And then he told me, yeah, I live in the Bronx. My job's in the Bronx. I said, you know what, bro? Just stay here for the night, since it's right there, you're a few blocks away. So, he ended up staying. One night turned to 2 turned to 3 turned to 4 months, then 4 turned to almost a year.
Oh,
By the end of it, it really only started we bought a microphone for him to rap because he used to rap a lot, freestyle every day. And when I would see that, and I was always around music. My brother freestyling, making music. My pops wanted to be a mixing engineer. My grandma.
Oh, so
singing.
music was growing up. It was in with you guys.
It was always around me. You feel me? So my grandma singing in the nighttime. Her songs. My mother always playing the La Cumbia Bachata in the morning, cleaning up.
Clean the house, yeah.
Yeah, so it was always around. And then so I guess from that point, we had the microphone there. He didn't really want to rap like that, very shy guy.
Yeah.
So whatever, he ended up leaving the PA and he left me the microphone. God bless his soul that he did, because I feel like if he didn't leave that,
you might have never would have picked it up.
So one night I got curious and I said, you know what, let me try to record. I was still in high school, I think, around that time. Finishing high school, I was. And I started recording. First I played the song on a speaker, and then the speaker would be out loud, so it would come to the mic. And I would
get feedback.
Get all that. So that's the first way I done. Then I started YouTubing. I started YouTube University. Shout out YouTube. Best university out there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fact, bro.
Listen, anybody watching this, you can learn anything on YouTube.
Yeah. If you don't know a skill right now, that's your fault. Cause you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to, bro. Everything is. Bro, I know how to do graphic design, all of this from YouTube.
YouTube University.
YouTube, yeah, that's a fact.
So I got on YouTube. I figured out how to record myself, and next thing you know, I'm being able to record myself through the mic, the Scarlett interface. I had a Blue Yeti, had a desk. I had a Microsoft tablet, Surface tablet, laptop, and I get to making music. Boom, boom, wow. I started my SoundCloud. And at that time, like I was telling you earlier, I was doing photography. So I had a page called Dirty Lens, and then eventually I transitioned to SpliffHappy because I'm like, I just want a Finsta. Like around that time, Finstas wasn't a thing, but there was just like Instagrams where you would just post whatever.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I want that. So I don't want to post like my daily life on Dirty Lens.
Yeah.
Let me find like a, separate account. So one day I'm home, I'm coming back from school and shit, and I'm like, I need a cool name, without an underscroll, none of that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't like that. I want to give someone my Instagram without having to be like two underscrolls and a
Yeah,
zero,
yeah.
or the zero is actually a O capitalized. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good. So I thought about a cool little name. Like, first I'm using my government. So my real name is Henry.
Okay.
So I'm like Henry Blunts. I'm like, nah, that's kind of corny, right?
Yeah,
like, it
yeah.
sound like,
And at that time, everybody was
yeah,
using
like
that.
everybody was using Blunts. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Jay Woods, but he ended up getting a cool with Jay Woods without Henry Woods. It didn't make sense.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
like, you know what? What I'm smoking on Spliff. So I started thinking, you know what, Spliff something, SpliffHappy. I said it just like that.
Yeah.
And it rolled off the tongue, and I was just like, amazing. Let me see if it works.
I feel like that's what like what shout out to the Nelk Boys, bro. I feel like that's like the same thing they had where like they were just like trying shit and they were like happy dad, and boom, that's it sound like
I need to fuck with Happy Dad, because that makes sense. I'm just thinking about it now.
You know what's crazy? I'll be honest with you. When I first started drinking it, I was not on my health wave, so I did not fuck with seltzer. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Shit,
yeah. But then I tried it after when I actually liked seltzer plain, and then I tried it and I was like, all right, this is pretty good, But yeah, sorry, continue.
Where was that? So I basically SpliffHappy came on. I'm like, you know what? That sounds really good. So I kept the name. I put it on Instagram. It worked. Kept it. And then I had my page for photography, my personal page. Fast forward, I've been having my personal page posting whatever. Low key been getting like a little fan base off of just people liking my personality, because I post funny videos. Like, I'm sure later on, like, if God willing, everything goes well, and I'm at a certain point in life, I know all my old videos are gonna come out, and I'm gonna be embarrassed as hell.
But you were like, bro, fuck it.
Listen,
fuck it, bro.
It's what I feel like. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't have gained the little fan base that I did cultivate around that time. And next thing you know, one day I post a little snippet on the SpliffHappy page, and I put the caption as something totally irrelevant to like saying anything about this is my song. I was just like doing some funny shit, I think.
Yeah.
And everybody was commenting like, yo, this is funny, but what's that song playing right there in the background? Everybody's commenting, and I'm like, that's my song. And they're like, really? I'm like, yo, that's so hard. Like, I didn't even know. I'm like,
at what age was this? What age were you like?
17, 18, approaching around that time. So people started telling me like, you should put that out. Like, that's really good. I'm like, yeah, but, I like photography. I'd rather. That time I was still trying to shoot for X's group. When X was
which
alive.
is crazy. A lot of people,
a
lot of people that don't know that, it's like, this is what I love about this podcast. I've always said it. Not only do people get to hear about like these creator stories, but myself, bro, I would have never thought you were into like photography. And then once you started coming in here, you started talking about ISO, shutter speed, all that. I'm like, holy shit, you know what's going on? I already know
manual mode. Like, come on,
all that. I'm like, all right, worst comes to worst, we're in good hands. Just in case the cameras crap out, we're in good hands.
You, gang.
But yeah, bro, it's crazy. Like, if people didn't know, bro, you were into photography.
Heavy, bro, heavy. Yeah. I used to do a lot of street photography. It wasn't all that. Around that time, bro, was that 2018, 2017? Everybody was trying to be a photographer, but there was a lot of weird photographers coming out. Like, people would get exposed, photographers for shooting girls weird. Whole lot of shit. It's a separate story.
Yeah. I know the like, just because I knew a lot of photographers back in the time, which they ain't doing that shit anymore. But they were like shooting like the graffiti and the trains.
Right.
Like,
it was a little more. It was more artistic, more, I guess, authentic.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I ended up cultivating that fan base, like I said, through my personality and just being me. And next thing you know, I put on my first song on SoundCloud called Yappa. Still out to this day. I put it out and it did really, really good. Like, I think the first day I did first week I did 1,000 plays, and I had about 300 followers. So we're talking about like 300-400 followers on an account, but SoundCloud's 1,000 plays, and it's going up. Next thing you know, a lot of people don't know this, but Chiclete, the funny guy.
Yeah.
How do you say his name?
Yeah.
Chiclet, right?
Yeah.
So Chiclet.
Shout out to Chiclet, bro.
Shout out.
I got motherfuckers.
It's funny too. Bro. He was friends with my brother when my brother was in high school. He used to come to the crib.
Yo, him and the other guy are funny as fuck.
Remember.
The what's his name? The one he's also Dominican. The big guy that like yells at his mom all the
Oh,
time.
Radil.
Yeah.
I know you talking about.
Yeah.
It's with an R. I know you talking. He's
Oh
hilarious.
my god,
Shout out
bro!
him too.
Shout out, bro. I've always said it, bro. In my past life, if I wasn't Mexican, I probably would have been Dominican because, bro, I fuck with I grew up with a lot of Dominicans as well, like around here. Bro, they're like funny motherfuckers. Like Mexicans are funny motherfuckers, and then you mix them with like Dominicans, bro. You would like die like the amount of shit.
They hilarious.
Yeah,
lot of videos he make, we relate to it too. At the end of it,
Latino
moms are all kind of the same.
Yeah,
in a way. Like,
literally.
They all share some sort of like tendencies. That
Yeah. Honest to God, yeah. It's like you see it in different cultures, but in reality, like. We all used to get, beat or whooped, at some point. And honestly, that was the best times because, like, we didn't turn out that bad,
Look,
kids nowadays going crazy.
We're here, brother.
And, bro, I don't know. Like, who did I talk about this with, though? I think with my boy Styles, we're like, these motherfuckers are, like, riding in trains and shit. Like,
Subway Surf. Please don't Subway Surf. I'm not going to lie. One of my fans passed away like that, bro. Please.
Bro,
please.
You see?
I'm coming close to the mic. Please, like, do not Subway Surf.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
It's not worth it for
like y'all got a whole lot more that I could do that's way more exciting. Go something like
it's fucking what is 10 seconds
Subway
of fame?
Surf. Like chill out, roll a blunt, sit down with your homies, laugh, kick it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, bro.
Don't wild out. Like enjoy friendship.
A lot of kids
time.
dying young.
Please,
Too
I ain't
young.
gonna lie.
But yeah, take it back. So let's take it back to all right. So
I built dropped my first song Yappa.
And you started seeing racking up numbers.
Yeah, so 1,000 plays, and then I made an initial. I only had like $300 to my name around that time. Chicle had a manager, and I saw that his manager was in his bio. So instead of hitting him up, I hit up his manager, and I was like, hey, wondering if you guys doing story promo, can Chicle dance to my song and post it on his story?
Yeah.
Tag me. He was like, yeah, that'd be $300. I'm like, all right, cool. And he was like, it's $400 if you don't want it to say sponsored, like not sponsored video, because he'll put the all the way on the bottom like sponsored video instead of like taking.
So
remove
out. The watermark, pretty much.
Yeah, remove the watermark. So I'm like, I listen. I only got $300. Whatever, just do.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So and ended up paying for that. Big risk. I'm a 18-year-old kid, no job, just
no risk, no reward.
Took it, spent the money, and then. Bro, next thing you know, he posted it, and I just started getting mad fans. Like, I don't even know how. It just started going, and then I took the video he did, and instead of posting the whole format, I, like, zoomed in a little bit and took the watermark off, because you can't see the watermark with the zoom in. Like, I just zoomed in a little bit. Reposted on mine, like, yo, this is crazy. Like, he reposted my shit, and, ended up taking it off from there. From 1,000 plays a week, it went from, like, 1,000 to a month, it hit like 20,000.
Oh shit! So, and back then it was hard to get like plays.
Back then SoundCloud, everybody was on that. So trying to get like a nice placement or a nice sort of like, it's like crazy.
Trying to get traction was hard.
Right. So I ended up getting some traction off that, and then long story short, I just kept putting out music, and I stopped doing photography because I lost my camera. And I just went, you know what, I'm going to go full in on the music. Everybody's liking it. I started performing at backyards, open mics, I mean, I have so many stories where I'm just like inviting one of my friends, like, yo, can you come with me to this open mic? They said I could perform.
The real grind.
Yeah, like, the first 3 times I went to try to perform my music, bro, I didn't even perform. I waited online for hours, like whatever the whole list was. And I'm seeing everybody go up to them, like, yo, if it was just me up there, I could move the crowd. I know I can, like... And I'm happy that happened, because it gave me the energy from the first time to actually touch that mic and be like, I finally got this mic. I gave it my all. And I still had the video up on my Facebook. I performed at this, the second floor on top of Pizza Hut. Was it Pizza Hut or Papa John's? I think it was Papa John's. Yeah,
okay.
Broadway. It was in Bushwick.
Okay.
First show. Shout out Jazz from Brooklyn. I ain't gonna lie, she does a lot of things for the community. But she gave me the opportunity. I went up there. Once I had that mic, bro, it was like I felt like I was already at Rolling Loud.
Yeah,
like, this is my chance. Mind you, we're in a small room like this, like a 4x4 almost.
Yeah.
And it's me there and a bunch of people just looking at me. But bro, I closed my eyes and I just started rapping my song and had the people moving. I had a nice little snippet from that. And then I took the snippet and I just kept going, momentum after momentum. I did my first show. Then next thing you know, I'm going to more open mics. And then I'm getting on the mic. I'm getting on stage. I'm getting more fans. People are like, yo, who is this kid? Like, I'm coming with my pajamas on.
Yeah.
I'm coming with, like, everybody's coming flat out, chain, earrings. All these guys looking good. I'm coming here with pajamas and a tank top.
Yeah.
Just whatever I got on, slippers at that. So, I made do with what I had. And years go by, I changed my sound so many times. A lot of my OG Spliff fans that like been through me since Yappa until now, like they know like one thing they understand about me is I just never stood still in a certain space.
Oh, bro, that's so important to
Yeah.
not stay stagnant. As I always tell that, bro, unfortunately, we love to feel we love the feeling of comfort of staying where you are. And what we were talking about, even with the fitness, change is so hard. It's just doing what you're doing is so easy. You just wake up, do what you gotta do, and then.
All right,
But
let's
changing for the better is the hardest fucking
yeah.
thing to do, and not.
Not hitting that snooze button, taking
Yeah,
taking time to shower and then go to the gym,
yeah,
or maybe eating after you eat your first meal, taking a walk around people. There's things that you don't want to do, but
yeah, and that
change
applies to
is
everything. That applies to everything when you're like, bro, if you nothing. I forgot who said this, but it's like it's been everywhere in TikTok now, where nothing happens if nothing happens. Like if you don't start moving, nothing's gonna happen. And if you stay stagnant, you stay comfortable, nothing's
yeah,
gonna happen. Like obviously, once you start trying this and that and this, something's gonna hit something.
exactly.
But if you stay like you're missing all the opportunities you're not taking if you're not doing anything, pretty
Right.
much.
And it goes back even to that saying like insanity is when you do the same thing when you do the same thing all over again and expecting different results. That's insanity.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Because you can't do the same thing and keep expecting
Yeah.
different. That's you driving yourself insane. And so
And what happens is that we fall in that like circle, and then we don't take accountability on the shit we're doing, and then two, like we don't overview what we've been doing. Like we don't like check like, all right, let's say this year it felt a lot like last year. Nothing's been changing, but you don't. All right, let's see what I was doing last year. Let's see
reflect, and
yeah,
that comes back to just
yeah,
reflecting. As humans, we need to understand that reflection is very important.
yep, that's facts.
And you got to keep it real with yourself. I was telling a lot of people nowadays, it's not a lot of honesty within themselves.
Yeah,
Sit there and look in the mirror and be like, what man am I? What woman am I right now? Who am I
yeah,
right now? What have I done? Am I on the right path?
right.
We tend not to like to think about these things, but it's very important to have that
Yeah, it builds
self-reflection for
character.
yourself.
It builds character for.
Be honest with yourself. Anytime my fans hit me up for advice, I always say, listen, just sit down and think about what you really want to do. Sometimes just sitting still and just having the phone down, everything. Just sit down and think about what do you really want to do. What do I want to do right now?
And then we have like
Today, what do I
outside
wanna
pressures that
accomplish?
are like don't like. I guess they do mean something. I don't mean no disrespect to like the parents and all that, but sometimes we have like so much outside pressure. Like you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and like some people just want to be creatives. Some people just want to create, and now people are realizing that, bro, being an artist, being a musician, being this that can lead to so much, and people used to not think like that. So you had so much outside pressure of like you got to be this type of person or you got to be this type of person, and in reality it's like, bro, you got to be what you want to be, just as long as you put fucking 120% to what you're
Be
doing.
who you want to be. I had that in my bio for like 2 years straight. Just be who you want to be.
Yeah, there you go, bro. And how this mentality that you have is it all because of music, or did it come from like as a child, like your parents? How was that childhood coming up?
I feel like for the most part, it comes from just how I was raised. I'm lucky to have my mom, my dad still, my grandma,
Oh, God bless, bro.
my grandpa, mi abuelita, mi abuelo. He don't like that I call him that. Juan Domingo. I always hear his voice in the back of my head. Yo no soy abuelo, it's Juan Domingo. He hates that, but I'm lucky to have had a family around me. Was it the best situation? Was it the happiest family? Maybe not so, but
And I feel like every family there's just like but it's good that you at least had
Yeah,
I come the reason why I say that is like I come from a broken family,
right.
so I know what it is to have like one parent here and one parent there, so, and I know how that can affect. Bro, it's real. It's so real.
It is.
Bro, there's been studies on it. Like people that are in jail, they see that whose parents are not in the picture and whose are there. And bro, it's like it's not a thing I'm saying. It's just facts. That having both parents in the picture makes a huge difference.
100%. And going even back to that is like I had them in the picture, and I'm gonna be real here. Like my father, he had another family at that time, and he was bouncing back and forth between that family and mine. So he'd be in Queens and Brooklyn, and I didn't really have that typical father where it was like, yo, let's go throw catch and play ball, or like, yo, mijo, you been good, and he's a little. He wasn't raised like that, so he didn't give me that same love.
Right. He didn't know how to give you that.
Right.
love.
He didn't know, and it's a blessing in disguise in a way, because you asked me like, how did you get this mentality? Like, was it because you was how you were raised, or childhood? And I fully devote my answer to just that. Like, yeah, like how I was raised. Having a father figure where I was in and out of my life, and having a mother figure that was completely in my life, always, you know, oh, despiértate temprano, vamos a limpiar, vamos a hacer la
Right.
lavada, all of that. Vete a la escuela. My dad always, even though he wasn't in my life as much as I wanted him to be,
Right.
he always had a good intention to keep me and steer me the right way. So, one distinct memory I always hold as a childhood core memory is like driving with my dad to the movie theaters with the family, and every single drive it would never fail. He would always speak some sort of will of like, how to make it in life and what you got to do, how you got to work hard. And shout out my big brother too, Jonathan. Like seeing him, just stay up all night writing music, and I guess just seeing how everybody in my family was like devoted to like work hard mentality. Like
Right.
like it was so much that I was like, you push a lot of the people you love away, but you work hard to reap, the benefits to then support these people.
Right.
So I guess as I got older, I built my own sort of like idea of what it means to work hard for me.
Right.
And I got to college, and I think that's when I had like this big conscious realization of like, yo, what do I want to do? And what do I want to work hard for?
Right.
I do want to make my mom happy, but coming to school is not making me happy, and it's not gonna let me do the things that I want for her later
Right.
on. Like I know I'm not gonna be a therapist or a psychologist.
Yeah,
And
you don't see
study
yourself
that. I
doing
don't
that.
see it. Like
Yeah.
it's only what I'm picking because I guess that's the closest thing that I like to do.
Right.
So I'm kind of like,
Makes my mom happy.
it makes
so-
my, I know she wants that picture when I'm graduating and all
Right.
that, but do I want that? And do I want to work hard for that? Can I work hard for that?
Right.
And I just having that moment from 18, making that decision, I had that reflection like we was talking about, and I was like, I have the willpower and the right mentality to achieve anything I want in life. At a young age, at 18, I told myself that.
And that's a blessing in disguise, bro. Because a lot of people go their whole life doing the wrong shit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, bro, there's so many people I know that are like, yeah, they may got it all figured out, and they got like, financially they're right, But even that I feel like that's the perfect example where the money is in everything. Sure, money, I feel like what it does, it gives you freedom,
Right.
but it's not everything, bro. Because I know so many people that have like real money and they're miserable. They're
100%.
fucking miserable. They're miserable because
100%.
they don't like what they do. They what happened is they got comfortable in that place, and they're like, listen, I already got the money. Like, fuck, I'm just die like this, basically. Cause,
some people tend to forget that you are on a path to reach this ultimate goal, this ultimate dream. But the most important part while you're on this journey, on walking this path, is not what's at the end of it. It's
Bro.
what's right beside you.
Yeah.
Not even in front of you sometimes. It's all right. But if you just take a second to just look at the side, like, hey, I got really good friends here. Hey, I got someone that loves me over here. You know what?
Being in the
Hey,
moment.
like this experience that I
Yeah.
had, like those are the things on your journey that by the time you get to your goal, you're gonna be more rich than money can buy, because you're gonna have people that,
Tell me
yo,
about it,
I remember Johnny back then when
Yeah.
he held me down. I had nothing. Like that's someone I can trust, and he could be here with me, and I could be like, yeah, this is a good guy. When you're at the top, it gets lonely because a lot of people understand that it's a lot of fake love. Sometimes it's all business, and you don't know who's really real at the end of it. So
Yeah.
a lot of these people that are rich and miserable is really because of that. They have no real sort of friends.
And I feel like we
love.
see them. We see the wealthy people, the people that made it, right? And then we want to see ourselves we're at A, or maybe we're at B, and we want
Right.
to see ourselves at Z, and we forget about we have tunnel vision straight through Z, and we don't see that the bread and butter of it, the whole like the what's in between the A to Z, is what makes you fucking that's the journey, that's the real fucking reason why you're doing it, to live through all these steps, bro. Like I feel like that happens with anything. The simplest thing, like me, when I didn't have a car, my first car, I saw myself with even a beater car, or anything, bro.
Right.
Like any when I got the car, you know, the first day, sure, I was hyped, bro. It was a beater car, 100,000 plus mile car, like, you know, some
Right,
29,
transmission a little messed up.
yeah, got the check engine on, but you don't care, bro.
Right.
It's your V, bro. It's bro,
Right.
you got it, you paid for it. It was like $2,900 or something like that, something like super cheap back then. And then you like a couple weeks go by, and you're like, all right, cool, it's cool and all right. And then a couple months go by, and you're like, all right, it's just a car.
Totally
it's just
forgot.
and you forget that, bro. The whole excitement of, oh, I'm gonna work hard to get this car, and I'm gonna, bro. That was what fueled you. And then now that you have it, it's like,
all right,
you feel empty inside. Like it's like, and then the same exact thing happened with the car I have now. Like, I was like, I always want to drive a car out the lot, right, out the dealership. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna work so hard. I'm gonna work tirelessly. Boom, it happened. I kid you not, bro. The first night, I wanted to sleep in my car. I swear to God, bro. First night.
Nah, you got it.
I was looking out the window.
That would have been me if I hopped out the shit with a foreign. I ain't gonna lie, but I feel you though, bro.
Yo, I looked out the window and I saw I parked that nice red car, and I was like, yo, I want to go sleep in that. You know what? Like,
nah, yo, let me get a little Corona. Let me get a little tequila.
Bro, that
put
shit
some
had
music on.
Yo, bro, that shit had the nice little car play, like the little map and shit.
That's
bro,
nice,
and then
man.
Same thing. A week passes by, a month passes by. Now that I drive it, I'm super blessed to have it.
Of course.
You know, thank God I'm able to even have a car. A lot of people don't even count with that, right? I'm super blessed to have it, but now to me it's just a vehicle. It's just a form of transportation, and I feel like that happens with anything. You fight so hard to get to a certain position, and then I feel like once you get there, bro, it's like you enjoy more the journey than actually getting there.
Yeah, and I think it also goes to show as humans we just always want more. And I was talking to my friend about this. Like, you're right. A month go by, you got your nice dream car, but then you want more.
Yeah.
And if it's not that, you want to sustain the lifestyle you live in. So, you know, it's a tough mentality to hold when you're young. You know, but I do recommend a lot of kids that were my age before 18, 17, all the youth now. And I mean, it goes to everybody, honestly, but more for the younger generation, this goes out to, like, really have time to self-reflect on yourself and really figure out what you want to do. Don't figure out what you think you should do for somebody else. Like, what do you want to do? So that's an important message. I just want to make sure that the people understand.
No, yeah,
reflection is key, and taking time to be honest with yourself is really
a lot
important.
of people are scared. I feel like a lot of younger people.
It's scary. I mean, honestly, shit. Basically, you're telling yourself, I gotta look at myself and point out all the wrong things and tell myself, yeah, this is the wrong thing. Like, I've been doing the wrong thing for this long, or I know not doing this is the wrong thing. So, it's tough when you gotta be honest with yourself, but it's worth it at the end of it,
But yeah, bro, and take us back to when like it all started popping off with the SoundCloud and all that.
Oh yeah, so like I was saying, eventually I ended up getting a lot of traction on SoundCloud, and what's it called? I think one of the biggest story, like a cool story that I don't say a lot. I think I said this about my first interview, but 4 months into making music and dropping on SoundCloud, I ended up getting an email from Republic Records. And at first I thought it was fake. I'm like, I got this email on my phone to this day. He's like, hey, I'm gonna pull that shit out, honestly.
Yo, I feel like those stories are like, bro, those are that.
Cause I feel like I'm gonna say this, no one gonna believe me. Like, nah,
bro. The same thing when the same story I got with the DJ at Barclays Center for Mana. Bro, I was like, bro, I had the check, I had everything from Live Nation. Bro, it's like one of those stories where, like,
I don't know if the camera can see, but you see what it says right there? Republic Records, yo, dude. You could read it too.
Oh, all right. It says, yo, dude, came across your SoundCloud page earlier. Love, Baby You and Honey Bag. Crazy how versatile you are. The two styles are obviously different and both extremely musical in our Republic. Oh, shit. Well, like, we'd love to connect with you. Super curious about what you have going on right now and what your plans are for the future. I also peeped your IG and saw that you did your first performance. Look really dope. Hit me back here. Oh shit!
Try to tell you, no lies, gang. Look, I put it in the camera.
Yeah,
just take out the email. I don't want the email to, but you can see it, right? I'm saying real quick, ain't nobody lying. Republic. Yeah. My son Julian too. Shout out Julian. I don't think he's at Republic no more, but he was at A&R at that time. Now he's like some big VPs.
Oh shit!
Some label, I forgot. But shout out Julian though. He had hit me up, and I was like 4 months into making music. So I had like a big breakthrough there. I was at my girl's crib, like, yo, babe, like, it's a real email. Like, this is crazy. I got on the phone with him. Next thing you know, we're like, yeah, let's link up over here. I'm gonna be in New York this time. Fast forward, never got the link up, never happened, right?
Right.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because this is a funny story.
Go for it.
So, never got the link. I was so mad, bro. I'm like, yo, Scott didn't give me my chance. Like, this could have been my breakthrough, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was upset, you know.
And 4 months into
right, 4 months. But I was like, you know what? I took it like, if in 4 months I got hit up by a big ass label,
right.
there's no way I can't keep going. And in a year I'll be somewhere already, and I'll see him again, and I'll be able to be like, yeah, dude, you fucked up.
Like your door closed, I came back to buy the house.
Right,
type shit.
right. So fast forward, you know, I keep going with the music. I ended up linking up and collaborating with a lot of good artists. Shout out my boy Josiah. He ended up getting signed by Solomon around that time after X passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
So I ended up linking with Josiah. You know, having content with him. He let me open up for him. You know, I was getting a lot of traction still. Shout out my son Snot. Love my boy. He was another artist I was gonna collab with. Next thing you know, fast forward, SoundCloud era was kind of done for me. You know, I stopped making music. It was like at a plateau. You know,
right.
Everything you do, like, you're only gonna gain so far until you start like breaking through walls. And to break through this wall is like, it's not easy.
Yeah, and you got a lot of change.
I got here, and like I had good engagement, good fans. I was performing for free, whatever. But it's not paying bills. So
right,
you know, Mama Dukes like, Henry, ve un trabajo, por favor. Like, you know, I'm 19, 20, right. Going on to 20. Like, you know, I gotta grow up. So, you know, around 20 years old, 21 years old, I get a job. COVID hit. Get a job. I worked through COVID. Some nigga named Rico ended up scamming me for like 3 bands. Like, he was friends with my boy named Fashion. And like, I thought he wasn't gonna scam me. Feel me? Right. I knew he was a scammer.
Right.
But that's my first mistake. A snake.
Yeah,
I thought the snake wasn't gonna be a snake.
Right.
But he a scammer. So I'm like, he won't do scam, got my shit. Whatever, I ended up getting a job because of that. Worked through the COVID, pay off the 3 bands, go back into SoundCloud. I'm still making music. Some way, somehow, I quit my job because I ended up getting demoted from a manager back to a box boy.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. Shout out foreign people, though. I love my people out there. Michael, he's the CEO over there. Good guy. Nothing wrong with it. But I just ended up leaving. And I took a leap of faith. I was, you know what? Back to the music.
Right.
I'm 22 years old, 21 going on to 22. I'm like, you know what? Let me hop back into it. Birthday was like 3 months away. You know what? Let me take all the money I made from this job, go to the studio, sell merch, whatever the case may be. I did that. Made Jersey Club popping in New York with Too Easy. I put Too Easy out. Now I'm getting traction. Then I put Spicy out, more track. And it's English. This is like totally different sound. No like SoundCloud era sound. Like, this is like a different sound, you know? Now I'm getting traction. Fast forward, I get I do my skate park show, my indoor skate park show, where I ended up headlining it myself. I was like, the whole idea was to not book anyone bigger than me.
Right.
Feel me? So if I was gonna book anyone, it was just the people in my class, like in my bracket. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
damn, so you was like grinding, like you was like the promoter, you were like wearing all the hats.
I was directing all my videos. I was working with respective collectives. Shout out my people over there. They was helping me out with the vids. And then boom, fast forward, I ended up signing with Warner and Steve Careless. Bow, get a deal. I'm like, oh, this is fire. I ended up seeing Julian again.
Oh shit.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was like 2-3 years from that email that I'd never heard from him. And
right.
We ended up in the same room because he was trying to sign my boy Kels.
Okay, so big circle moment.
Yeah, so now we in the same room, but not in the room because of me, because I brought an artist to my management. And I was like, yo, you should fuck with my boy Kels. So now they taking meetings, whatever. Seeing Julian. My first initial thought, I should have went like, yo, you remember me?
Right.
I ain't say that. I think I just kind of had like a grown-up moment. I was like, best response is no response. So
yeah,
like, he didn't give me a response. So I just looked at him, said, what's up? I said, SpliffHappy. If he wanted to say something like, I remember you or not, cool. If he did.
Right.
He didn't, by the way. He don't remember me. And then, I mean, yeah, I think.
But I feel like you gotta have like tough skin like that in this music shit. You gotta have tough skin. Where,
yeah,
like,
you can't be too butthurt about things. Like, it's just the way it goes, bro.
Right.
You know, like I learned that I guess that's when I was 22 years old. I realized like you can't be butthurt about. I can't be butthurt that he didn't take a meeting with me.
No,
you know, it just happens. Sometimes opportunities don't fall.
And you
through.
start realizing how treacherous the fucking music industry is.
Yeah, bro. It's like you can't be mad, bro. Like just make it happen for yourself. Like you were saying, if no one gives you opportunities,
Make them.
make yourself an opportunity.
Right.
So it's just funny, bro. And I guess telling that whole story, it goes back to even saying like how the things elevate to where I'm at now. Like from Jersey Club to getting signed from Jersey Club to then getting dropped from Jersey Club, because I ended up not wanting to see eye to eye with Steve on certain things. Like he wanted me on the Bandman Real Shy K album. He's like, yo, hop on it. Like I'll give you a few placements on there. And I was just like, really? I'm like, that's not my type of vibe. Like, I'm not preaching about shooting guns and running up
that's
on.
Not your vibe,
Like there might be a few little bars here and there, but
like, but that's not your general vibe.
My whole overall point in my songs. Like it's mostly just fun music, Yo,
but
that's
that's gangster that you kept, like, you didn't let yourself get rerouted by like, oh, he can give me the opportunity. Fuck it, I gotta do what I gotta do. Nah, you were like, I know what I'm set for, and I want to do this.
Bro,
shit.
I could have took the 6ix9ine route, bro, and I still didn't. You know what I'm saying? I was close to doing it. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm gonna keep it be a whole 100%. There was a whole point in my career where I felt like I had to do something extravagant, like what this nigga did. And that around that time, I thank God I kind of like got to my senses. I was like, nah, this is not it. Like, this is not me. Like, I need to stay true to myself. So I took a big break. Like, people know after Yummy, when I dropped that Yummy video, like, I took a big break because of that. Like, I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna stay true to myself. And I reinvented myself after that. Like, I had my own little sort of reflection moment. And I was like, what do I want to do?
Right.
And ended up making Spanish music. I made a corrido one day with Ando. And then it started from there,
Right. Let's roll back. Ando was so if you haven't heard Ando, bro, fire song. Perco, fuck, man. I was telling you, bro, that's the song I've been telling you, bro. I've been bumping that on the regular, not even just cause bro, even before you agreed to come on the pod, I was just like, yo, this is something, bro. But did Ando come before the whole Rolling Loud opportunity?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so let's. So you drop Ando, and then how does it Rolling Loud? So like, how does that opportunity arise? Like, let's roll into.
Oh yeah, facts. So like, I gotta go a little
build
back.
Build it up, bro. Build it up. How does that? How does that?
I'm gonna tell you the whole story right now. I love this story. So it was around the time where I dropped Raggy. I shot a video in a song called Raggy with Respective Collective. And Respective had ties in with Rolling Loud because they would shoot their content. So I'm shooting Raggy, and Chris, the guy that runs Respective, great guy. He's like, yo, I love your music. I love the sound that you're going. I love everything that you're doing. I want to help you out as much as I can. He said, I bet. So we end up shooting my videos. We shoot Raggy. And I think maybe like 2.5 months after that, around that time, I'm not too sure on the timeline. I'm going to just estimate like 2.5 months. Chris is like, yo, I showed your music to the booking manager at Rolling Loud. He loves it. He loves your song. I'm like, amazing. It'd be cool if I could be over there. He's like, yeah, no promises. We'll see what's gonna happen. It's up to that guy. If he feels like this kid got something going on, he's gonna book you. He can only put in the word. So shout out Chris. He put in the word. And I'm expecting it to fail through. Like everything in life, I'm just like always expecting the worst to happen.
Right. Which is honestly, it's the worst, but it's the best.
Because if it doesn't happen, you're like, I
whatever.
Expected it.
Next movement. Let's keep going.
Right. So I'm chilling. I'm doing my music still. 2 months in, I'm still working. I'm not stopping. Bro, it's like 12 midnight. I'm chilling in my room. I'm about to go to sleep, and I'm falling asleep. I get a call from my manager. And I'm like, I'm not gonna pick it up right now. I'm tired. Like,
it's always be those, bro. It was like, nah, I'm not gonna pick it up.
Then I get a call from Chris. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. They probably want to talk about the next video or something.
Yeah.
But tomorrow. Then I get a call again from my manager. I'm like, what does this guy want?
Fuck it, I gotta answer.
You know what? Yo, let me pick up. Yo, what's going on? Yo, you just got booked for Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
Bro, I get up from my bed. I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, what you talking about, Rolling Loud? He's like, bro, Chris just hit me, bro. He told me, like, the booking manager want to book you for Rolling Loud. Like, get on your phone. We're about to get on the phone with him. He's going to send you the contract. It's the last day to get the people in. Like, get up. I'm like, all right, bet. So I get up. I go to the bathroom. But I'm like, damn, I need to take a shit. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm about to go to the bathroom, take a shit. Nigga, I go. They put us in a group chat. They're like, let's hop on a call. We hopped on a call midway. I'm taking a shit, so I'm like,
weak.
I'm like, oh fuck, let me hold this shit. And then we're on the phone call. It's so hilarious, so dumb. But we're on the phone call. The guys, doing the runaround, like, yo, I love your music. Where you from? Blah blah. Like, yo, listen, we want to book you for Rolling Loud. We could pay you $1,000. I'm like, of course, yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. I would love to perform at Rolling Loud. Thank you. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna send you the contract now. If you could, just please sign it right away, because today's the last day. We gotta send it. All right, got you. Send me the contract, sign it. Next thing you know, SpliffHappy, ex Rolling Loud, from Bushwick, Mexican kid, didn't have to do all that extra shit.
Yo, that was
I'm saying, like, that to
one.
me felt like the pinnacle. Like, you know what? I made it.
Yeah, that one of those moments, right?
It's like, what's funny? It goes back to that story you said. Just like having that car for a week or a month after, it's just like, all right, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, super grateful. Super grateful.
Because
like,
there's a kid right now that's like thinking about that moment right now.
Bro. He's like, yo, if Spliff did it, I could do it.
Yeah,
and that's the most important part for me.
We don't see it, bro, but there's always someone looking up to you. And, bro, we never see that shit. Sometimes they'll let you know. Most of the time they won't, whether it's pride or whatever you want. But there's people always looking up to you. And we don't even see that shit. And the moment that we thought was like, all right, what's the next step, bro? There's kids now that are looking at that, bro. I want to be the next SpliffHappy and Rolling Loud, and let's see what I can get done, bro. And so it's fucking crazy. First of all, congrats, bro. Seeing that shit was like, yo, there's no way, like, shit moves so quickly where I was like, bro, I was just hearing your music and now you're fucking Rolling Loud, bro. How's this shit working? And I don't know the music industry like that. So I'm like, bro, he did something, Bro, he's fucking grinding.
It wasn't no like industry plant vibe where Nah, it was all like, bro, who would have thought the people that would shoot my video were the people working with Rolling Loud? Like, that wasn't something in my head like, oh, I'm gonna get next to them so that. Bro, it was like it just happened. It was just like he didn't bring it up till like after like a few weeks of working with each other, and he was just like, yo, I want to let you know too, like, I'm tired of him Rolling Loud. Like, he could have said that in the beginning, but he didn't, because I'm pretty sure he's not gonna, excite someone, and
bro, and it's never when you want things to happen, it's when God wants things to happen.
Thank you,
bro, because I feel like that's like one of many examples of where like we get things done, or sometimes things don't happen, but it's for a reason. There's a reason why. I have the same story, bro. I'm gonna sound like a fucking broken record on the pod. If you've been listening to the 11th episode, I always talk about my moment. That one moment you say that the discovery moment where I DJ'd at Barclays Center. Nothing happened. Like, I DJ'd for Mana, Barclays Center, like the whole like the artist experience. Fire. I had it, but nothing came out of it. Right. So it's like, all right, I can either, whine and cry about it that nothing happened about it, or I can just take that as like the way you did it, a motivation. Like, if I could do this shit, there's something else coming for me. I just gotta keep grinding. I can't give up. Keep grinding.
Literally.
And something's gonna pop off, bro. For you, that's like your next. Like, all right, you had that getting that email, and then you got a full circle moment where like you're in the face to face same room, guy.
Like, we here again.
And then now you're in Rolling Loud, bro. And who's to know what you got next coming up, bro?
Exactly.
Especially with this new, bro. Now we gotta talk about, bro. Yes. All right, Rolling Loud was fucking sick, in my opinion, bro. Seeing you at Rolling Loud,
I'm gonna send you some clips too, so you can put it up there. Yo, like when we talk about it, you put the clips like, oh, he was really there.
Oh yeah. No, I saw it, bro. I saw it when everybody was reposting you, and I was like, bro. Like what you said about the pod, like the quality and all that. When you see the point of view of Rolling Loud, and then I saw you, and I was like, "Fuck, that's different." Because it's not like someone picking up their phone. Yeah, that's Rolling Loud's page.
Literally posting like, "Yo, that's Spliff right there." You know
bro. And it's like, bro, I only like aspire to be a fucking guest at Rolling. Like, I want to go, like, but and then imagine being up on the. How did that feel, bro? Like, how run us down the whole like
experience.
The whole experience.
All right, I got you. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a good like story so the kids can hear and be like, you know what, this is inspiration, motivation. So basically, the whole feeling like after I got booked, after I got booked, we do the whole project. They give us our tickets.
Boom, you signed that shit in fucking split second.
You sign it, and then I think like maybe like a few days later they send you your passes, so like you could give out to your homies that could come with you.
They gave you a writer or no?
No writer.
No writer.
You find your way there.
Right.
We're not that late yet.
Right. No, but they were like, you were like, oh, I need this and this.
Nah, I wasn't on no. I was like, just giving me the opportunity.
Just get me on stage.
I'll take the train. And they're like, hey,
like, yo, I'll go through the main gate, bro.
I'll walk over there if I have to. You know what I'm saying? But no, so the process is you get signed and all that. You sign the whole contract. A few days later, they send you your passes for you and your homies. You know, we got the passes. I ended up doing a giveaway, giving like 3 passes out to fans. Some fan ended up winning from like 3 hours away. He lived like 2 hours away.
Shit, on some PA
And
shit or
yeah,
something?
like I was doing again. He came, you know, I gave him the pass, and it was just an amazing experience. Even before getting to Toronto, it was already
Bro,
amazing.
and then in
I got to
Queens too,
interact.
bro.
Yeah.
In Queens, we're in the hood.
Crazy, bro. So I'm like, you know, you get the passes. The day of Rolling Loud comes. I got my braids done. I'm feeling good. I'm like, yo, this is good. I got
Yo, this is
at
my
that time I was
moment.
wearing the mask. It was
Who was headlining Rolling Loud, like the main stage headlining?
I think it was ASAP Rocky that I was under.
Bro,
I was under his stage on Snipe stage, and bro, you get over there. You know, you get your passes.
You don't go through
some-
GA, I'm guessing.
Nah. You go through a back entrance because they have a tent for you.
Right.
So they have tents for artists. You go. They have a specific parking. That parking only lasts until your performance is done. So once you're done performing, you gotta find like GA parking or whatever.
Oh, word.
But they give you a parking for the time being.
Right,
You go
right.
through the security, get padded, check. You go to the tent. Once I got to the tent, there was like a gift box there, like a Rolling Loud gift box.
Shit.
Little vapes, little rolling papers, you know, snacks, or little Rolling Loud like logo stuff.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
even
all
that
cool.
shit, you was like,
just like I'm
fuck.
hyped, bro. Like just seeing all of that is crazy. I'm like, I'm excited. I'm doing push-ups back there, getting ready. I'm nervous as fuck.
Yeah. I can imagine, bro.
I
think the biggest stage you've been on.
I have like a 15-minute set. I'm like, yo, I gotta get ready, and it's just a lot of nerves going through as an artist. Like, you don't want to fail, you know. You want to make sure. It's just a lot of nervousness, bro. It was exciting, but just a lot of nerves. So I'm waiting to get called up. I get called up. You know, I bring my homies with me. My son Alex, shout out my boy A, turn me up. We go upstage, and right before they call me, I sit on this crate that I see because I don't feel like standing. I sit down and I'm just like head down like this, just like praying, and I'm talking to God, and I'm telling him thank you for giving me the strength to just persevere and not give up and stay motivated, stay clear away from all the distractions. And I'm just like, thank you. I'm just giving thanks. And next thing you know, SpliffHappy. And then right there, I grab the mic. I run out, hear my song getting played. I come out midway right before the first line comes out. And I do raggy. Like, damn. Good fuck what they said. Fuck you. Damn, I was wilding. It's an amazing experience. Like, just
bro, and there's people,
there.
there's genuine people like
bro,
vibing
I
to
see
that
my
shit.
fans right in front of me. Like, I can see everybody clearly. Like, people got flags out. Yo, bro, girls is there. I'm like, the whole little, like, you know how the front girls I'm like, oh, shit, they there with their hands out. I'm like, nah.
Like, I see this shit on YouTube.
I'm like, yo, I remember that. I know what that looked like. Like, they like you. They love you.
Oh, shit.
And I performed, and it was just, bro, what like euphoria, bro. Like, if I could explain the feeling,
like a high
even
almost.
after all the nerves and all that, like you've performed, you are hugging the fans, we taking pictures, we moshing, all that. Even after I get off the stage, I go backstage, I'm seeing artists, B-Love, all these other cats, meeting managers and talking to different people, doing interviews, playing basketball. It was just such a fun experience, and like, man, if any artist could experience Rolling Loud, like, it's just a great experience, bro.
Fuck, bro,
As
I
an
can imagine, bro.
Like,
Fuck. I'm telling you, I had a little taste of that. Definitely was not that wild because, you know, Rolling Loud to my now, whole different. I can imagine the fucking craziness.
You just there, like, wow, like, this is crazy.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. And, bro, how the family feel? Like, you were like, did you tell them, like, yo, I'm going to be up on this fucking stage? Or
they was happy, but they don't understand.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Because they don't understand, like, what Rolling Loud is and, how big of a festival.
Well, you didn't tell them, like, yo, I'm going to be on a big-ass stage in fucking City Field.
I was like, oh, okay, bueno, mijo. Pero, like, nah, I think the biggest moment they got hype was when I started making Spanish music.
Yeah?
Because they was just like, I didn't know you could do this. Like, wow.
Yo,
I'm like,
same energy I had, bro. Let's roll into that. Now, bro, how the hell was this transition from, like, the rough, like, well, what I was hearing before,
like the loud, aggressive.
Yeah, the aggressive, like the almost drill type of vibe. How did you just, like, switch your gears and was like, you know, fuck it, let me dive, because it's a big step to be like, yo, this is my comfort zone. Fuck it, let's switch it up. Let's try. Let's see.
I think for the most part it was just like time off, like having a lot of reflection,
right?
On what I want to do and the message I want to put out. You know, I'm getting older. I would think around that time I was like approaching 23, 24, right?
Right.
And I was doing the same thing, just like Jersey Club, this, that. And it was fun. Don't get it twisted. It's even to this day, it's fun. Like I love bumping it, but just like looking back at what I wanted, it wasn't something that I wanted to keep doing. And
And I feel
honestly,
like there's more longevity towards what you're doing now.
yeah, of
Because
course.
like the where's this one guy, the skinny dude, that's the TikTok everybody is doing now, that baby I wanna fuck or
Yeah.
some
Oh,
shit
my
like
boy
it.
B Jax.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love my
bro. I feel
brother.
like that's sick, but in the moment.
Right,
Like
right.
it's gonna, bro. Somebody else is gonna come up with something
Of
crazy,
course.
but
And
then
then
you
it's gonna
got,
take over that
yeah, but then
song.
you got
And
like a Fuerza Regida where it's like, bro, they
longevity
popped
wise,
off long, yeah,
they can
bro.
perform their old shit and it still be
Yeah, they're
lit.
like the new Los Tigres del Norte. They're the new Calibre 50. They're like they're going down in history. It's not just like they popped off with one
Yeah.
song. They're going, the Junior H is the
Peso
yeah, Peso
Plumas,
Pluma, the whole Street Mob,
Carneo
all of
Leo,
them.
Grupo Frontera.
Grupo bro,
Love
they're
them.
all, but fuck Grupo
Oh,
no, yeah.
right. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie.
Nah, fuck.
Damn, they're getting a lot of controversy.
Yeah, I
Listen,
mean,
I heard the story about it, man. It's one of those stories where it's like it's all about perspective too. You gotta understand, like me being an artist, and I'm not sitting here condoning the message they put out, but I understand sometimes as an artist, like
shit gets
the
twisted.
messages that you want to perceive, like it might get twisted in the media,
Right.
and to
Yeah, and
anybody
then
that
once you
don't,
got the Hispanic community against you, but there's no going back. Like
it's
Hispanic,
tough.
bro, it's the most realist, but also the most harshest fan base and community you can have. The Hispanic,
I
bro,
love
they
that
go
for. I ain't
hard.
gonna lie. I love that though, because I'm the same way though. Like
Yeah,
once I'm not jacking somebody, I'm not
yeah,
jacking. And I
exactly.
think
Fuck that
that's the
guy.
Mexican in me that's like very prideful. Like, I heard about what they did, like with the whole little thing, and I was still like, I'm all borderline. Like, do I jack you? Do I not? Like, I
Nah.
don't know. It's still, I gotta look. I got a little more information. I need a little more research before I make my
Yeah,
mind on it,
yeah.
bro.
The way I saw that whole situation is like, gang, like, bro, there's so much shit going on that you don't even fucking joke with that in these type of moments, bro. And to have like, that type of like, I don't know, that type of association with one side or another, that obviously one side is oppressing the other side, and unfortunately our culture, our families, because it's like a lot of people that are in real risk of deportation and all this shit going on, and then you like that shit comes out. I was like, nah, gang, this shit's not it.
Sucks, man. Hopefully they could bounce back, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie. Regardless of what it is, I do believe they make great music.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's that
You
without a
know,
doubt. They make great
I'm
music,
mad.
but
I'm mad they made a silly mistake like that. But let's see how it goes. But
yeah, no, that's a fact. But let's take it back to. So first came out on which is what we were talking about right before we started shooting, that it was like kind of like the way bro, you even agree with me, the way I saw it was like, fuck it, let's test the waters.
right.
Let's see how this goes. How did you listen to it, you put it out, and then you were like, all right, fuck it, let's keep going. How is that like realization where like this can get into something,
Yeah.
like.
Honestly, bro, to be 100% honest with you, it was. I really was talking to this girl, bro. This girl from Sinaloa. I'm not gonna say her name because she don't deserve the name. But
Damn, bro, we
uh,
got we
she
gotta we gotta
she
expose the
a
tea now.
she a bad thing though. But I was talking to her and I was jacking her. You feel me? I really liked her and
Wait,
I
are
was
you talking to her like she's in Sinaloa?
nah.
or,
She's
or
over here. She's from over there, but
Oh,
she's
okay,
from over
okay.
here.
Yeah, I think we
She's
need to
out
pour it
here.
up for this story.
Right, gangster. And I'm ready. Sentiments is coming through. The emotions is here. So I'm talking to her honestly, like I'm talking to her and I'm really liking her. Next thing you know, I find out she's fucking with somebody else. She got another guy in the
Damn.
picture, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not liking this. So I didn't even tell her nothing. One day we chilled. I seen that the guy called her. She tried to like end the call, and I already peeped. So I didn't bring it up. I just kind of let her drop me off at my crib, and I said, you know what? I'll see you later. Gave her a little kiss on the cheek, a little hug, side hug in the car. Got out the car, left. From that moment, I was like feeling really sad. So music for me was always a way to channel
Your
my
emotions.
emotions and be like, you know what, this is how I'm feeling.
Right.
Me and my boy G, my best friend Gio from first grade. Shout out my brother Gio. Love him to death. We bumping Corridos one night, drinking, borrachos right there, listening to.
And the fucking emotions started
And
hitting.
they all here, and I'm like, I'm like, yo, G, I want to make something like this, man. Quiero hacer algo así, bro. Like, yo, do it, bro, do it. I'm like, bet. once I got my mindset on something, it's over. So I started looking up like corrido type beats and all
Right.
that on YouTube. I find the Ando beat and I do the Ando song and it took me like 3 months to write and finish and all that shit, but I did it.
Right.
And I was like, wow, I heard it and I'm like, no, yeah, now I feel I can sing. Maybe I can sing.
Mas que, yeah. I imagine you like.
So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could do this, And I think that thought of the maybe I could do this led me to be like, I want to do this.
Oh, okay. So
And,
it switched from I could to I want to do this.
I
now.
want to, yeah, like it switched from a maybe to I want to do this. So,
Right.
after Ando, I just kept experimenting and shout out my brother named Develop. He ended up flying me out to Miami.
Oh shit.
And he gave me the opportunity to like practice and like test my skills. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I have nothing to hide, bro. I never want a lot of my fans, or I feel like that's one thing. I never want to be on some like this is what it is. So my brother Develop flew me out. He was like, yo, let me test you out. Let me see if you could do this. So he handed me a song. Basically like, yo, it's written out. Here's the melody. Sing it.
Right.
I heard the song and I'm like, wow, this is a lot of words I never used.
Like in Spanish?
Yo, in Spanish. Everything's Spanish.
Some no sabo moment?
Yeah, but he said he handed me a song, like a reference song. And he's like, sing it. And I'm like,
hold on, let me Google translate this shit.
I'm like asking like, yo, what does this line mean? This that.
Yo, Cyrus.
Right, because I'm so new to it. It was like, but eventually, real quick, I'm a fast learner. I said, you know what? Bet, let me do it. Handed me the song, I heard the melody. Did the melody? He was like, oh wow, so you got good reflection, you know how to do this. Okay, good. You know what? Let's write a song. So now we write a song.
Right.
And Perco comes about.
Oh shit. So this was in Miami then.
This was in Miami. So now Perco comes about. I get the song Perco handed to me. And he like, here, sing this song. And immediately I fell in love with Perco because it was something that I felt, like como Perco said, solamente para olvidarte. I'm like, yeah, I like that. That's
and then a little heartbreak in there.
Yeah, a little heartbreak in there. So, I sang that joint.
That A-Boogie came out on you.
Right. I'm like, I like this. So from there, yeah, I made the songs with Develop. I made a few of them with him. And God bless that I found another skill that I could do. And
yeah, bro.
Honestly, I still feel like I'm not at my best. I feel like Perco is still a trial song. Even though it sounds good, I still feel like there's a lot more.
Bro, I'm going to tell you this, bro. It does not sound like... I'm going to be honest with you. Straight, real transparency. I feel like Ando, to me, I told you straight up, but it sounded like a trial song. Like let me
see if I can.
Yeah, because I felt like you were like
very simple. It's a very simple melody. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Perco, on the other hand, though, that does not sound like a trial song. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Hell no. I'm gonna tell you something right now.
And you flow easy with that song. Like you flow real. Like and I text you, bro. I was like, bro, this shit is you, bro. I know what I'm telling you. This shit is you.
Thank you, bro.
And bro, you can tell in the with any song that blows up or is like has real traction, bro, you can tell the artist was feeling it, and I'm pretty sure you heard the playback and like, holy fuck, like I can do this shit, bro.
Bro, there's a few songs that I'm gonna show you after this, and you're gonna be like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. You got something.
Feel bad for the crowd that won't be able to hear this shit, but
maybe we could do a segment, another segment like a unreleased.
Unreleased? Oh, bro, that'd be fire, bro. Oh, fuck it, drop it on the Chito Talk, bro.
Barely gangster. But nah, to answer your question, yeah, like it went from maybe I could do this to I want to do this, and that's what ultimately made me want to transition. Like wanting to do it and also loving it. Like
right.
There's one thing to be like I want to do something, but it's like I want to do it because I love it.
Right.
Like when I make music, bro, what I enjoy is like the challenge, the feeling I get when I hear the playback and I'm like, I'm proud of this. I like how it sounds. Yeah. And when I get to bump it after and I'm like in my car or I'm driving, so I'm like, oh, bro, this is fire.
But now that
last one, when someone tells me like what you saying, like, yo, bro, I really like this song. Like I can't believe like this. That feeling is unreplaceable. Bro, you can only get that from someone being like, because I don't expect it. I like my own song and I'm not expecting anyone to like it. But when someone tells me they like it, I'm almost like, really?
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
like,
thank you, bro. Like,
yo,
hey, I
yo,
fuck
no,
with bro.
you know
Thanks
what it
for,
is.
like,
You know,
I'll
I know
jack
that
it.
feeling though. I know that feeling was like, cause you don't. You need a third POV to tell you this, bro. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you this song, for me, the way I hear it, bro. I'm gonna be, bro. This is real, bro. No fucking. A lot of people are like, ah, you're fucking
You glaze it,
glazing,
right, right.
bro. Shut the fuck up,
No glazing
bro.
aside.
No
All glazing
glazing
aside.
aside on some real shit. And I'm pretty sure once I sing this song, bro. I'm not gonna sing, but once I tell this song, people are gonna get where I'm at, bro. The song from Junior H, Luna Dime Tu, that's on the
Ah.
same wavelength, bro. That's when I started hearing like, and I don't know if I told you, but I told someone, I was like, I played it for somebody, I was like, bro, this shit's on some Junior H type of vibe, bro. Now, this shit, you gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep pushing. I'm gonna be honest with you, like I said, the first song sounded like a child. This does not sound like a child,
Nah,
bro.
we're not
So
coming
the
to play
next
no
songs,
more.
you fuel them like this, the same way you
Oh,
fuel
nah,
that,
yeah. We
bro.
gonna
You're
see.
gonna go somewhere with this shit.
I'm gonna tell
bro.
you now. I mean, by the time you post this, maybe it's gonna be in the works already. But I'm planning on doing this big music video, in Bushwick, Brooklyn. I want to get a lot of street vendors, and I want to get a lot of just a lot of the like street culture, the New York East Coast Mexican culture
Right,
outside.
right.
Like, and I kind of want to showcase that. Like, I did that 2 years ago with my English music, but I feel like now more than ever, it's a perfect time to actually do it because now I feel like I can bring all the families together, even the kids, and like I feel less like kind of like for example, like the old music I was making, it was a lot of rowdiness,
Yeah,
aggressive
yeah,
bars. Like some bars were a little crazy, like saying
yeah,
crazy things, and I'm just like, my little cousin knows about me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like it gets to a point where I'm like, I don't want her to hear those type of things. So the new music I'm making now, it is more family oriented, but that's because that's what I want it to be. Like because
Right,
I care about like, yeah, I want to make sure that from the grandma to the little kid to even the teenager can bump
right.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that shit feels well, bro. That shit feels well. Like, bro, and I
Okay.
told you,
Perco
bro.
is a risky track too.
Yeah.
Initially I didn't want to put that out first because certain lines like, oh, I thought my Percocet, like
Yeah,
even
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about those things, but it wasn't like the main message. It
I
was
feel
like,
like that's a fucking controversial shit right now, especially right now. Especially right now. Actually, we're in a great
did you hear about the
Los Alegres del Barranco.
a huevo, bro?
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
and
bro.
then how they want to put
Bro,
punishments for
it's the
bandas to,
stupidest fucking thing, bro. I do not get that
bro.
because sanctioning them means you have to sanction movies, TVs, everything,
Yes,
bro.
bro. And
It's
listen,
all music. It's all acting.
it's the same thing that happened when drill music was becoming a problem in
Yeah.
New York. Remember when the mayor came out and he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, "Yo, we gotta ban drill." Listen, it's not
Bro, that
gonna,
shit happened first in
not
Chicago.
gonna
Remember
go
the
nowhere.
Chief Keef and all that? They wanted to ban all that shit too.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason she came out and said all that is not to put no punishment. They just want to raise awareness. Like, hey, if you making this type of music, we're watching, we're
Right,
listening.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't think
And
it was.
they need to
it-
blame someone.
There's not gonna be a moment where I feel like they're gonna punish someone because bro, come on, bro.
Yeah.
It's too like it's a thin line. Like
It's a very thin line.
so I don't think
It's like that they play with the same.
they're gonna
this-
just make it like, yo, we're watching, we're listening,
Yeah.
be careful what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me how is that any different from like the movie Sicario, bro? It's American made. It's American made, but guess what? And it shows it because it's truth. It's a real reality, bro. A lot of people, fucking a lot of rappers, American rappers talk about this, talk about that. But they've never been touched, and bro, they shouldn't. Because in reality, bro, one, that's freedom of speech.
Then again, though, pa, you gotta think about it. Like the way Mexicans and Mexican rivals and cartel, how they all act, bro,
Right.
is nothing.
I get that.
It's nothing compared to how gangs over here operate. Like they operate at a level where it's like, yeah, bro, they fake do be controlling a lot of shit. But
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
that's why I say it's a thin line, bro. Like it's hard to. And Mexican music and Latino music in general is so big and worldwide.
Yeah, but it's
like,
what the way I see it's like if you
scary.
ban that, you have to ban so much shit. Like you have to really you have to go at everyone, not just because every single one does it. The only reason why it was so crazy is just because right now there's a crazy, like for those that don't know, there's a crazy war going on in Mexico where it's like, not to say any names, but there's just like basically they thought taking the head off the snake was gonna cure the solution, and it backfired. There's so much small turf wars going on right now, It's a crazy war going on right now. So where they have fucking American drones going
Damn.
in
I
flying
need to do more
near.
research on that because I just recently seen it on my timeline, so I definitely need to
Yeah,
put
they
some
got
more
like
knowledge
American
on.
destroyers in the
Wow,
Gulf of
bro.
Mexico and shit, because it's called the Gulf of Mexico. They got American destroyers and drones flying over like not over Mexico obviously because they can't do that, but near
Word.
Mexico, close enough where they can monitor all of this shit that's going on.
That's
So
crazy.
now because of this guy is in office as well, like he wants to seem like he's making and in reality, the truth of the matter is that yes, I'm not, none of that justifies all that crazy shit that goes on in Mexico because it's real sad. It's really sad all that shit that goes on. But I'm talking about the artistic point of the music, bro. I see that as like, bro. There's so much. There's no clean music. There's no clean music that doesn't talk about some crazy shit.
Well, I feel like that's where I also saw that. And it's funny that we talk about that because when I seen that too, I also felt like wow, like for me, I'm not doing narco corridos. For me,
Right.
like as much as I may want to do it, it's just not me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like you wouldn't really ever see me really talk about like, doing a lot of crazy shit or how, just the theme of narco corridos are.
Right. Right.
Like, you wouldn't see me talking about that. So when I seen it, I'm like, wow, like there isn't a lot of music that's just clean. And like for me, making the music I'm making now, I'm like, maybe that's that time that where it's gonna change. Cause
Yeah, I mean,
I'm making music where it's risky. Like it's like people are into narco corridos más que anything.
Yeah,
you
it
know
just
what I'm saying?
attracts more. But
I feel like the world, I feel like the world. It's like, how do I say? Maybe the narco corridos is equivalent to NY drill. Like there's only a certain amount where it's gonna pass. Like there's a wall and a limit to narco corridos.
Yeah.
The same way there is for New York drill. Like New York drill doesn't go past New York. Narco corridos don't get past wherever it's born from or wherever it's originated from.
Yeah, and that's where like artists like what the same mentality you got right now is where artists transition into maybe not necessarily fully clean music, but they're the way you
like
say
50-50.
it,
Like Burgos has that song where I'm like in between like
or
friendly, but like still I'm
there's
talking about some real shit.
a good example with Fuerza Regida, bro. The whole last album, Pero No Te Enamores, fucking flipped the script on everyone. Everybody thought they were gonna get like the bellicos and all that. Bro, these motherfuckers are dropping songs with marshmallow and shit. You know what I mean? But bro, they did the right thing. They're like, they're like,
it's a better agenda, bro. It's gonna take time before music transitions, and I feel like this whole trend of the narco corridos being a big thing, like it's all gonna just kind of slowly die down.
Yeah.
Shout out to people that are making them though, because that music is always gonna be well. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna.
I doubt there's gonna be like a full. I'm gonna be honest with you. I doubt there's gonna be fully even everyone that tries, because like even like people that are like, well, we know there's a lot of allegations allegedly with like Peso Pluma and all that, but let's say someone different, Junior H, right? He sings. He's not affiliated to, well, not at least not that the mainstream knows about it. Not affiliated to any like group per se. But there's one lyric in there in every song where it's like, okay, you know what we're talking about. Like I know what he's saying.
That's fine. I think
a lot of people just sing it like or they
think,
don't understand what they're singing. But we know what they're saying.
I think that's more better than constantly making the message about running guns and trafficking and doing all this extra. You know what I'm saying? Listen, for me, maybe I'm just growing up and maybe I just don't want to. Maybe I'm just that guy that's like, I don't want to be promoting crazy stuff.
Yeah, no, which is good
too,
bro, because it's like we also need to like reel it back a little bit.
Right. Bro, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna just sprinkle it. I'm never gonna just be like here, like do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like here's a whole song about running shit. Like, nah, like you know what I'm saying. But I'll jag it though. You know what I'm saying. Let's see how this goes, and hopefully the war in Mexico
God first, bro. That this is like the fucking door that opens like so many paths for you, bro, because I'm telling you, bro, as a music connoisseur myself, bro, I fucking do not do anything without anything, bro, and I'm fucking discovering new music and trying new just listening to new shit, bro. I know this shit has fucking potential, and I'm not just saying, I swear, bro, clip this right now. I'm not just saying that. Spliff with imagine Spliff on some Junior H, Spliff featuring Junior H, Spliff featuring what's this guy, Neton, bro, some like crazy shit, bro. Mark my words, bro. You keep like that, you just gotta keep that like the mentality of like I'm doing it for me and because I love it. I
Right.
feel like that's what's gonna something's gonna pop off. Maybe not. You know how it is. You know how it is. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But it's gonna pop off once you love what the fuck you're doing. Cause like
Ultimately, yeah. Like I told you even earlier when we met, is like sometimes life is like a domino effect. You know, when you make one good choice, that one domino that falls, another good choice appears because your intentions is to better yourself. So it's
right,
like, for instance, big like the most simplest analogy I could put is like hitting your snooze button versus not hitting your snooze button, waking up, drinking some water, washing your face, taking a shower, like all that time you spent versus the decision of I'm gonna hit the snooze button, and then from hitting the snooze button, I'm gonna wake up late, and then from wake up late, I'm gonna get something to eat, and then from it's like that. See how a bad decision can domino effect into more bad decisions? It's the
right,
same thing. Like when you have good intentions and you want to go somewhere in life, and you're trying to, you're giving it your 150%. I promise you that one good decision of not hitting the snooze button, waking up, opening up your shades, drinking your water, going to the gym, taking a shower, taking a walk, talking to your mom, talking to your family, going over here, doing that, moving around all the time. It just all transitions onto, oh yeah, now I'm thinking about I could do this rather than I'm sleeping. I'm the whole, you know what I'm saying? Don't do
yeah,
that. And,
bro.
and I've
That's
been victim to that. And I only say that
yeah.
because I've been a victim to that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you've been also you've also had the other side of it where like you picked up the phone when you just
Right.
wanted to sleep, and guess
Literally.
what? You're on a fucking rolling loud stage now.
Literally,
Bro,
brother.
you've been on the both sides of the spectrum, which is crazy, and it's a great fucking analogy, because like yeah, when you do sit and you just do nothing, maybe not even sleeping, but like you laying down on the couch, and when you put things off, you never know what that one thing could lead to. You
Right.
know, that one stepping out the house could lead to. You know, and bro, I've been fucking living proof of that a bunch of times where I was just like, but I'm not gonna do this today, and then I end up doing whatever I was gonna do, and then let something definitely beneficial for A or B reason, but there's always that possibility, and you keep, like you said, you snooze that, you hit the snooze on that. You never know. You might have slept on something. To get an
Exactly.
idea, you might
That's the
have slept
perfect way
on
to
something,
say it.
brother. Let's I know you had some questions
Oh
on
yeah,
your piece.
facts.
Let's run those questions. So for everyone that's been watching, thank you so much for watching, bro. This has been episode 11, which is crazy. Again, I keep saying it, bro. This shit was a fucking joke. Now we're in episode 11 with the whole new setup. What you guys think about the new setup, by the way? We got the little
I'm jogging it.
Spliff X Cheeto Talk. We got the nice little. I had to switch it up, bro, because
Hey, it's gonna keep
bro,
switching up.
yeah, it's good. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
He gonna keep listen. He gonna paint the red one day.
Listen,
maybe
one
another-
day this shit gonna be fucking, I don't know, purple or some shit, bro. I don't know, but I hope everybody likes it. I've been putting a lot of work into here. Let me change this angle a little bit. I've been putting a lot of work into trying to make this the most professional pod studio I can do it for now until we move into another studio, bigger space where we can have like a nice couch and shit like that. But for now, we got what we're working with, and we're making the best of it. So I hope everybody appreciates what we got going on. But let's see, we got any here. Let me read the questions for you. If you choose it, and I'll read the
Facts.
questions for you.
Yeah, I'm looking at a couple of them. Probably like a few of them. Shits. You could pick honestly.
I got you. I'll pick it. So it's like random.
Random,
I got
right?
you.
I ain't
All
gonna
right.
lie. Let me just see. Go ahead.
Yo, we're gonna stop with a crazy one off of just to
Go
get
ahead.
in
Go
the
ahead. Go ahead.
mood.
Keep them anonymous. Keep the messages anonymous.
All right.
You may not want to know who.
All right. All right. Let me switch it up then. I've been rapping for 4 years. I went to do country music. Now I'm scared. How did you do that?
I already know who that's from. That's definitely just. But listen. Honestly, like I know you're lying, just, but to anyone that's actually scared of making some sort of different type of music, listen, don't be. Take me as an example. Take that leap of faith, and as long as you love that type of music, make it. Don't let nothing stop you because you're scared that people might not like it or not. Listen, as long as you like it, that's what matters.
Hey, there you go. Great answer. I got a good one now. A good not that wasn't bad, but
That was jokes. I ain't gonna lie.
but all right.
Because I knew who that was. It was jokes as I knew who that was from. Like I read that, I'm like, yeah, that's just.
Shout out Jess. But all right, here's a real good one that I would have personally asked. But great question. What was the biggest setback you've gone, and how'd you overcome it? So a big roadblock, and how'd you overcome it?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like finding out that the girl I was fucking with was fucking on her ex.
Heartbreak.
Finding out the girl that I was dealing with was having
Was dealing with
intercourse
someone else.
was dealing with someone else. 'Cause I want you to put this clip out. You know, I don't want you to bleep nothing out. That was having intercourse with somebody else.
Damn.
That was a big setback because I ain't gonna lie, that never happened to me. Like that was the first time that happened, and I was just like, whoa. And it pushed me back in the sense of like I didn't know how to deal with it. I felt so angry, felt so disappointed. And I think the way I overcame, no, not even think, the way I overcame that was music. I just put everything into music.
Your
Like,
craft.
literally, I made a whole almost damn album about that joint. Like, feel me? Just the feeling of it, not even about her, just the whole experience of how I feel about it. So for me as an artist, the way I overcame it was music. But to anybody else that doesn't do music, I feel like just find what makes you happy. And even though you're not physically, mentally happy at the time that you're going through all that hardship, just do it. You know, do what makes you happy. If you play ball, paint, make music, write poems, do podcasts.
Yeah.
Focus on that until honestly it just gets put behind your
It
head.
fades
You're like,
away.
yeah, it happens.
Great answer. Great answer. I like that answer.
Or
Here's another good one. What's something you tell your younger self? Oof.
my younger,
18-year-old Spliff, 16-year-old Spliff. What would you tell yourself before anyone was Spliff?
all right, man, listen, don't fuck with scammers. If he a scammer, he a scammer. He gonna scam you. All right, it don't matter what your best friend.
He be a snake. He gonna snake you.
If he a snake, he a snake. Trust it to be a snake. You know what I'm saying? If he a scammer, he a scammer. Don't.
So trust. Make sure you put your trust in the right place.
Right. If you know what it is, trust that is what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What motivates you to keep creating music?
Honestly, that's a really good question. It's a lot of things. I feel like one of the things is my fans. Just knowing that I have people out there that listen to me and are expecting me to like put out something and, you know, following up, checking up on what I'm doing. I think second would be the satisfaction I get from making the music I'm making. And third is just something fun, you know, like I don't get demotivated. I guess it's just like sometimes you get writer's block, something like that.
Right,
But even
yeah.
at that, like
I feel like everyone goes through that. Like,
I just think
fucking-
about like, you know what, it's happening right now. Let me just live life a little bit and figure it out. So yeah, those three things definitely motivate me to keep making music for sure.
Nice. All right, let's go back to the crazy fucking question.
Yo, there's a lot of them. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of them.
All right. How do you get How do you get over your ex who lives in your hood? And let's start with what is it? Dissect this question first.
Right.
How do you get over your ex first?
First, the way you get over your ex is one, no more communication. Don't text, don't call. Even if they text you,
What's it
call,
called? Zero contact.
Zero contact. Nothing. I'm talking
Nothing.
about they hit you up. The best response, no response.
No weakness.
Yeah, literally.
No
you know what I'm
weakness.
saying?
It's
Best-
that moment of weakness. We're like,
Gangsta.
fuck it. I wonder.
On
Let me
my-
like a picture.
No, none of that.
You know what you're doing, bro.
Nah,
You know what
I'm
you're
saying?
doing.
I know. Listen, but the way you really get over it is no contact. I'm saying best response, no response. They hit you up, nothing. That's the first step. The second step, if they live in your hood, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's really
Move
tough.
out.
Ain't gonna lie. I thought about it. I thought about it, son. Oh, my son almost did.
Yo.
But nah, if they in your hood, listen, you gotta just accept the fact that they're in your vicinity and you might see them or not. But you know, you gotta just
Listen,
take the
grind,
punch as it goes. You know what I'm saying? You
grind.
see them, walk the other way, or
Make
don't
it
say
out the
nothing.
hood. Pull up in the Lambo. That's
Right,
how
you know what? I love that, yo. Forget what I said. Matter of fact, this is how you do it. You basically go buy a Lambo, you grind your ass off your whole life, you get your Lambo, you get your mansion, and bow, you're over your ex. Simple. Next
Yes,
question.
sir. You fucking rev that shit right in front of their crib.
Right. I'm telling like, what is that? Like, yeah, that's me.
That's me.
Yeah.
You're.
Look up the window. Yeah.
Yo, all right. This is another one where like we could talk a little bit about this because we're both in the same journey right now.
Oh, wow.
Not a question, but I like your discipline. I'm guessing that they're gonna say, well, one obviously your music discipline, but your gym discipline. You've been hitting the gym now. You've been out here. I'll return this to you.
For sure.
You've been hitting the gym. You've been like in this health wave. How do you keep that discipline?
I remember what it felt like when I wasn't disciplined.
Right.
I remember the feeling of, you know, eating those chips late night and then watching the show and then sleeping at 5 a.m. and be like, wake up 3 p.m. like, what am I doing? Like, this doesn't feel good, you know?
Right.
I remember spanking a monkey and being like, this ain't it. Like, I should have been just sleeping. You know, I think about all the times where I didn't feel good, and I remember like I don't want to feel like that again.
How long have you been in this like fitness journey, you would say, or like health journey? For health journey, because it's more for your health.
Honestly, bro, it's always been an in and out sort of journey for me. Like, I'm never gonna lie about it. Like, there's been times when my fans have seen me super dedicated, and times where I'm ghosting. Around that time, I'm probably just fucking up a lot of
Yeah,
shit. Where I'm not
I feel
posting a
that.
lot, I'm not showing what I'm eating, or not having a lot of accountability. But I say for the most part, I've been on this journey for since 17 years old.
Okay.
So I've always been like in and out the gym, in and out of a healthy lifestyle. And the main thing I always kind of take out of it, no matter how many times I fell, because I fell so many times from
It's
17
part of
to
it,
25
right?
years
It's
old.
part
Like
of it.
I fucked up so many times, bro. When months of working out and then months of not working out and then going back. And I always tell myself, you know what? I'm never gonna not just stay down. You know, like if I fall off and if I get knocked down, I'm never just gonna stay knocked down. Like even if everyone looks at me, but you're dumb. Like you haven't even made it past it. Listen, I'm gonna keep getting up and I'm gonna keep trying because the worst thing that I could do is stay down and stay
Give up,
knocked down and give up the whole
bro.
thing.
I feel like that rolls over even to your music, bro. Like no
Or
matter how many opportunities you get and how many opportunities don't get, you have to get up and fucking. The
keep
sun
trying,
rises
bro.
up.
Yeah, sun
Shout out
goes
Kevin
up,
Hart.
bro.
The sun rises up. The moon goes up, and the world keeps rolling. And you know, if you stay down, you're gonna stay left behind. And if you keep moving, you're gonna, you know,
The world don't stop for you.
yeah, the world don't stop.
So
Yeah, bro. Shout out. Well, let's take a shot for that. Kevin
yeah,
Hart, bro.
put it there.
He said it, bro. I'm telling you, Kevin Hart for me is a big motivation and
Motivation.
inspiration. Yeah, for sure. That's why when I saw this, I'm like, fuck, we gotta get it. Because I know that he had like one of those, fuck. Let me move this mic real quick. He had like a rough, same thing, like a rough childhood coming up, and well, he said he embraced those challenges and fucking made something of it. You know,
Cheers to that, brother.
bro. Cheers to Gran Carmino and Kevin Hart. Cheers.
Not sponsored, but soon.
Got first. Which is actually really good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. But yeah, like he said, it's one. There's a very which is crazy. I've been hearing his. Well, I've been seeing his growth and everything in the stand up comedy and the movies since like, bro, I'm talking about middle school. Like when I saw his first special, you know, before when he was doing like the little shows and like now he's like Heartbeat Productions and got the Gran Carmino. He's into fitness and he's doing, bro.
That's why I feel like Kai gonna be at. Kai gonna be like where Kevin Hart is at. I swear.
Yeah. Oh, yo,
I feel like Kai's gonna just take
yeah.
over. Like eventually, like he's gonna get those movie roles, depending on how good his acting is. But I truly believe in Kai. Though. Shout out Kai Sanat.
Yo,
for
shout
real.
out Kai, yeah, bro. Yo, and it's crazy how they're like, I don't think they, bro. I'm like, I feel like I know what they're doing, but I at the same time I feel like they do not realize how crazy they're moving. Like how crazy, like, bro. I just seen who did I see? Was it Kai or was it I think it was Kai, bro. They're like doing like crazy fucking like mainstream shit, like Super Bowl shit, like like crazy mainstream shit.
Different, bro.
Where it was like back then when we were, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm first generation iPad kid, bro. I could not. I have to sit down and eat and watch something, bro.
Yo, me too. Man.
So like the face rugs and all of this like coming up before back then, 2016, 2014, all that. You never thought somebody was gonna go like you knew like all right, you would let's say. Back then you in phase or like, you know, you got a sponsorship, right? That's like the most you're getting. Now these guys that are like live streaming and shit, like Kai, bro, they're going crazy, bro. The
shout out my guys out there, man. They doing good, man.
Bro. Shout out all the streamers, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, no matter what people say, no matter like, you're just like fucking fuck what anybody thinks, and that just goes for anyone.
Gangster.
For anyone, bro. Like as long as you love doing what you fucking love doing, fuck everyone. Give him a big fuck you and you keep doing what you gotta do, bro.
I love that message. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
big
bro.
fuck you to everybody that don't like what you doing. Keep doing what you doing. Strive for better. Work for better. Stay motivated. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. You know, find people that motivate you. know what I'm saying? Watch the good YouTube videos.
Yep,
YouTube
yep.
University, always. You want to learn
Yep,
something,
that's
YouTube
a fact.
University.
I like that. The YouTube University, I fucking die. I haven't heard that before actually, but
Trying to tell
it's
you.
true. It's
YouTube
true.
University, gangster.
Yeah, Spliff. What we got going on for 2025? Rolling over possibly even 2026. What's your goals? Let's just start with 2025. What's your goals for this year? Is there any moves you can tell us that are happening going on for 20? I know you got some.
Listen.
Sneak peeks after this.
Hey, facts. I'm gonna show you some music after this, but all I want to say for 2025 is just, don't expect the expected. You know what I'm saying? I'm always
That's
transitioning. I'm always elevating my sound, and even less about me, but more about y'all. It's like I'm more catered for the fans and everyone out there that's watching me.
Right.
I love what I'm doing already, so that's not the issue. It's more like I want to make sure that I can motivate and inspire as many people as I can, because for me, even if I don't make it big, it was never about that anyways.
Right.
For me, it was about what I love doing, and then as I was growing up, I started realizing the effect of what I'm doing, how it could affect others. And I found love in that too. So I found two things that I love doing. One is making music, and the other is inspiring and motivating. So
I love that, bro.
like I'm
I feel like
happy.
we resonate with that, bro.
Yeah, I'm really happy you gave me the chance to come on here and talk on a podcast and just give a little words of wisdom and maybe some inspiration. And hopefully any kid that heard this, hears my story and be like, you know what, that inspires me. And it makes me happy that I know one kid will, even if we get 2 views. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Regardless of the case, like my whole point is just, whoever's watching out there, I appreciate you for watching and listening to what we got to say, what I got to say, and expect the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? 2025 Spliff, 2026, it's always gonna be different. I love y'all. Cheeto, thank you for having me.
My
Always,
boy.
bro.
Yo, I love that. That was a great way to end it, bro. That mentality of like, bro, you expect the unexpected for me, bro. It's real because, bro, for one, you never thought this type of this switch up in music was coming, and bro, this might be the shit that you might have thought starting up like, yo, I'm gonna go with the hard shit, and
God willing, bro.
Yo, honestly, yes, God first, and this goes crazy. In my personal opinion, and this is again no glazing, but this is it matches up with what we're hearing, what I have in my playlist. It's right on. So you keep that up, bro, and like you said, bro, it's not only about like the selfishness part of it or what I want out of it. It's what you can push out to other people, and I feel, bro, it's crazy because we don't realize it. We don't see it until you get that one message, until you get that one person that tells you like, yo, bro, like I
keep doing this shit. Yeah,
and
like
bro,
this.
The way you say like, oh, like bro, I don't see it like it hits me out of nowhere. I see it the same shit with this podcast where like I hear people like, or I get DMs where like, yo, bro, keep doing what you're doing because like, the positive messages all these guests have is amazing because maybe they haven't blown up yet, but it's crazy. It's crazy to see the mentality where they're in right now that will lead them to that, And bro, I feel like a lot of people are inspired because a lot of the content, a lot of the videos or whatever you want to call it, inspirational shit. It's people that are like, they tell you when they're up in the hill already, when they're up in the mountain already, not in the journey, And I feel like that's like, shout out. By the way, shout out to the Journey podcast. That's another great podcast too.
Yeah, that's why I feel like what you're doing here is like, that's why a big part of me also wanted to come on here is because I know that right now I get a chance to tell my story before, honestly, before the PR comes, before, yo, don't say this, don't say that. Before all that really hits hard, like
freedom.
I want to have this interview out, and I want people to look back at this interview like, yo, this was Spliff speaking out of Spliff. Like, you'll know when I'm not gonna lie to you, to everybody out there watching, like, yeah, you're gonna see some things that are probably like, why would Spliff do that or nothing? But you gotta understand, like, I got a family to feed, I got myself to feed, and at the same time, I want to do the thing that I love to do. So there might be some things, but to all my fans out there, to even not a fan, just anybody watching, you'll know when something is authentic, when something is being said authentic. So just look out for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Spliff, once again, thank you, my brother, for pulling up. Thank you for your time, bro. This is an episode that I had. I was actually very excited for because even from episode 1, I used to post on my story when this is in January. I would post on my story like, oh, who do you think is next on the pod, right? Bro, I got a bunch of fucking like, oh, SpliffHappy, Spliff. I'm like, damn, gang, I don't know where you get them yet, but like, hopefully one day,
Hey, I'm happy you hit me,
Yo.
bro. It only, people think like they can't hit the artist, but like for me, like I'm in control of my Instagram, so just hit me up, DM me, I'll see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
bro,
I hit back, I hit back. If I don't, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be a little anxious
and
sometimes.
bro, I appreciate that because
real,
I'm just shooting out in darkness and see, bro. Let's see if he wants to hop on.
You have it, bro. Right?
Yo,
I'm giving you your flowers now.
Appreciate you, bro.
Cheeto talk to the top,
Appreciate that, bro. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Is there anything you got left going on, bro? Anything you want to, any last remarks, any last messages you want to let the people know? Your fans, bro, because I know people are gonna be watching that fuck with you, bro. Trust me, I know. Bro. I've been hit, bro. Even when I first started the pod, people were hitting me. I'm like, yo, you gotta get Spliff on. You gotta get Spliff. I'm gonna try. Let's see what we got.
Honestly, the last thing I want to say is, listen, shout out my mom, shout out my dad, mi abuelo, mi abuelito. I love y'all. I love my family. Shout out my fans that are here. Stay motivated, stay disciplined, stay focused. And if you ever need help on anything or any tips on weight loss, gaining weight, how to make music, feel free to hit me up on Instagram, SpliffHappy, and you know what I'm saying, I'll make sure I reply to y'all. Like, that's one thing I love doing, is just helping. So
that's right.
That's the last thing I gotta say. I'm open.
I'm add one more thing there. Straight from my brother J.O.P. Pero no te enamores.
No te enamores.
But all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everyone that stuck around for the live. Let's see where we are at. Shit, we're almost at 2 hours again, bro. We did that with Brizzy. Holy shit. Yo, shout out to you, bro. It's just time flies, bro.
It happens,
like,
bro. I'm over here trying to pee and shit. I'm like, goddamn, I gotta.
Nah, bro. But thank you for everyone that's been watching. If you've been watching up to this point, thank you so much for watching. Follow my boy Spliff. We're gonna have all his links in the description below. We're definitely gonna have Perga, bro. Listen, bro. I'm telling you, bump to that. Not to compare, but compared to what you're listening to now, it's on the same. You'll see it. You'll hear yourself. So we'll leave the link down below. We'll leave the link to his IG. Fuck with him if you don't know who he is, which I doubt. But if you don't know who he is yet, fuck with him, bro. Going crazy, Bushwick, New York.
Shout out to Wick, for real.
Yeah, East Coast. We have to get it going, bro. Because a lot of West Coast, and I love it. I love the West Coast movement, but I know the East Coast got it too clearly.
It's a big come up. Watch, bro. Big come up on the East Coast, for real.
A lot of talent on the East Coast. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you've been up to this point of the episode, thank you so much. Remember to like, subscribe, follow my boy SpliffHappy at SpliffHappy, right? On everything? On everything.
SpliffHappy. No underscrows. SpliffHappy. That's it.
Yes, sir. Just how you see it right there. Hey, you fuck with the screen? I got that. Yo, I'm not like, we're a little late right now. Yo, last shot before we head out.
Oh, man. He about to catch me a... Hey.
Allegedly.
Come on, allegedly. Right there. That's it. Cheers, pal. To end off episode 11.
Yes, and for more success, and bro, honest to God, that shit, the vibe you got on right now, amen, and it'll go crazy. Bro. We'll
Cheers,
see.
pal.
You'll be up to in the stages. With Peso Pluma and all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're out.